What's up, everybody?
Hey, are you looking to build some rock hard muscle? Huh?
Well, answer, man. Just don't sit there with your thumb up your butt.
You are? Okay, good. Cause you at the right YouTube channel.
Hey, I want to talk to y'all about caffeine and creatine. There's a lot of talk out there that if you consume, caffeine with creatine, that it's gonna lessen the effects of the creatine. Now, I did some research on this myself, finding studies, reading up on stuff on bodybuilding.com and wherever there was information. And I took all that in. And I think the study that was conducted that shows that caffeine has a negative effect on creatine, I think it's a flawed study. I don't know how much caffeine these people was drinking while they was taking creatine, but caffeine, it can be a diuretic, which means it'll make you excrete more water. Yeah. I think you got to drink a whole lot of caffeine to become dehydrated, but that's what makes creatine so effective. Creatine, once you get it saturated into the muscle, what it does is it brings water into the muscle, which increases your available energy in that muscle, ATP. And that new energy that you have because that creatine is in your muscle helps you lift more weight, do more reps. And this study, it kind of says that, well, caffeine, it makes you, is a diuretic, and it pushes water out, and when it does that, you're pushing the creatine out with it. Now, in all the years I've been taking creatine, I got a thing for Dr. Pepper. I drink, it's Diet Dr. Pepper, but it's still got caffeine in it. And I do drink coffee, and each time, because I cycle on and off creatine, and I never notice any negative effects from the caffeine.
Yeah.
As far as getting the creatine in my muscles and not getting any results from it. Yeah. Like when I was taking Jack 3D, I get a lot of emails on this. Jack 3D has caffeine in it. Doesn't that block out the the creatine in the product? Don't you take Jack 3D? Doesn't that caffeine that's in that block out the creatine that you take post-workout? First of all, I don't take Jack 3D for the caffeine content. I think taking creatine before you work out is a waste.
For the creatine content. We don't take Jack for the creatine content.
Right.
We take it for the stimulants in it.
Yeah, so I take my creatine product post, right? Because that's when your muscles are more likely to absorb it, right? And usually there's about an hour and a half between that time, between I've taken the Jack, which has caffeine in it, to when I take my post-workout. And I haven't had any negative effects. So if you want to use the study, use my study. Every time I get on creatine, I do notice some strength gains, and I notice I can do more reps and lift more weight. Each and every time I cycle on and off creatine, I notice that.
Yeah, the only time that creatine is not going to be effective is if your body's dehydrated.
You ain't drinking enough water.
Or you are just on a low-carb diet and you're just cutting up for a competition. And creatine is not going to have... You ain't going to have no effects on creatine because that's how creatine works.
Yeah.
Carbs and water.
Yeah.
For caffeine to have a negative effect on your creatine supplementation, man, you're going to have to be drinking a whole bunch of coffee, a whole bunch of caffeine.
Yeah.
For that. So yeah, but I don't think there's any truth to that.
Yeah, but I play it on the safe side. I make sure when I take creatine, I'm drinking plenty of water. Yeah. And I take my creatine post workout anyway. So, first thing in the morning on the days I don't work out. So, I don't think there's no connection. But I just play it on the safe side. When you take your creatine, take it with a bunch of water. Yeah. Take it with your carbs and a bunch of water. Don't sit there and drink it down with 8 cups of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Just play it safe. And I don't think it'll hinder your results.
Nah, I wouldn't.
But that's our whole advice on it. Take our advice, or you can go and just stop drinking coffee if you want.